Hey, how's everyone doing? This is New York Dan here. Was just watching Sarasota Tim's evening chat. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Tim. He's like, oh, I could just about get out of my chair. I wanted to make a chat video for you guys. I'm kind of in the same boat. I took a nap today. Yes, believe it or not, after I slept so much, I took a nap. Yep. And I didn't eat that much today either, guys. I'll tell you guys more sometime about, I have like a bit of a sleep disorder. I'm going to tell you more about it in a future video. Yeah, you'll see. Subscribe for free if you haven't already. Yeah, you know what? Believe it or not, you saw my breakfast this morning, right? That fruit, the apple cut up with the blueberries, the Cheerios, those were really good, a really good cereal. I didn't have a ridiculous amount to eat for breakfast. A bowl of cereal with milk, 1% fat milk, had my McCaffee. I had a few cups of coffee. But you know what? I put a lot of milk in it and the coffee's brewed. It's kind of like Tim's coffee. It's not brewed super dark. I put just the minimum amount of scoops in the filter to cover it. Otherwise, you can't go any lighter. You're going to have like a blank spot in the filter and then it's just water coming through. So, yeah, like 3 scoops, 3 tablespoons, 3 or 4. Yeah, getting some commentage going over there. Yeah, cool. They are saying they like to sleep in too. I didn't see who commented. It's sideways on my phone because I'm using it to film, so it's hard to read it. So anyway, yeah, I make the McCaffee not super strong because I like to drink a lot of coffees. And if you make it super strong, it's like espresso. If you make it like mud, the espresso, you guys ever have that? They put it, it's some kind of European thing in Spain. They put it in a little cup, a little tiny coffee cup, and it almost looks as thick as the oil you saw me drain out of the not the Benz, the Mustang oil filter. Yeah, it came down that cardboard piece I put in there. Yeah, that was pretty thick. That's almost like espresso. It comes out in a little cup. It's like concentrated coffee. And they only drink a wee little cup, me lads, like about that big. And I think they froth up the top, maybe there's like some kind of steamer accessory. Maybe you put a little milk on the top of it and it froths it up with steam. That's like, I think that's what you call a latte when it steams it up. But the espresso, the idea is you have this little tiny coffee. Stuff is so strong. You'll be jumping all over the place with the caffeine. Yeah, I'm not into that. I'd rather have like more coffee that I can enjoy sipping on and drinking. Yeah, it's supposed to be healthy actually. And it's health month on my channels, guys. On my channel, the one channel that I'm focusing on, this channel. Is anything left in here? I think that's empty. So anyway, yeah, I'm actually, believe it or not, my point being, I had some coffee and stuff. I just got to having my dinner. I did get some red wine, some Pinot Noir. Cheers, guys, to sip on. Nothing ridiculous, guys. I didn't break out the scotch. That's for later if I do the snow blowing. Maybe it's going to be tomorrow. I'm not going out there tonight. Nope. I was saying in my earlier video with the bad weather that when you're in that cold weather, you come in, you want to sip on like a brandy, bourbon, or a single malt scotch. That will warm you up. Yeah, I'm not doing that tonight though. I have not been out there doing the snow blowing yet. I'm going to film it when I do it. I'm kicking back in here, relaxing. I had for dinner tonight the rest of that Big Mac burger that I started eating in the parking lot yesterday. I still have the other Big Mac in the fridge. Yeah, you don't eat. I'm not eating the whole thing at once. That's the trick right there. A little bit, you know. It's portions, man. It's all about portions. And I have all my leftover Applebee's still. I might have a little bit of the Applebee's before I go to bed. Yeah. And that would go good, actually, with this red wine. Some of those brew pub pretzels or the wings. What else? I have the wonton tacos, chicken wonton. Cheers, guys. Yeah, we're going to talk some Sarasota Tim tonight. Don't you worry. We're going to go over a little bit of some Tim talk. Since I'm home now, I got the screen going right here. We'll do that. I was just, you know what? I was actually watching before I came on the air here. I was watching the world news. Yeah. Man, a lot of the country's in the same boat as New York Dan. It's some kind of cold snap. Leslie's stuck in Florida. Her flight got delayed. They rebooked the flight. She's flying back on Tuesday. Yeah, not even Monday. She was supposed to fly back Sunday morning originally. But you know what? She gets a little bit more vacation. It's a win-win. Why not, right? And I'm inside. I'm safe, which is good. I'm not trying to jackass it going around in this kind of weather. I did my walk I want to say this morning. It felt like this morning to me. It was late afternoon. Lucky I got that film before it got dark. I had a great time walking around. That was fun. I was excited to get out in that snow. Just walking around, I don't have to stress about my car getting stuck. Yeah, it was a winter wonderland out there. It really was. I bust on it, but it is extremely scenic. It's an experience to walk around in the snow. It's pretty nice, actually, if you don't have to worry about having enough food or getting to a job, stressing about it. It's a misery to try to drive around in it. Yeah, even if you got a four-wheel drive, you know what the problem is? You got to worry about the other guy sliding into your car. The guy that can't stop. You got to worry about hitting a patch of black ice right on the blacktop surface. If you guys are in the South, you might not know about this. Where it looks like the blacktop's just wet. Yeah, you're driving along. It can be unpredictable. You're driving along and all of a sudden you put on the brakes and your car just slides. Yeah, it turns into a skating rink. Black ice, they call it. And that can be under the snow. So you don't even know. You could be driving along, you put the brake, your car slide. Better off not even to drive in it. I don't care if you got a four-wheel drive. Guess what, guys? You know I'm a mechanic. I work on cars. I know what I'm doing, right? Yeah. All cars have four-wheel brakes. So the four-wheel drive, that's only going to get you going. It's not going to stop you. All cars got four-wheel brakes. You're still going to slide into stuff. So, and then if you start sliding, you're going to lose your steering because doesn't respond as much. Anyway, don't even get me started. It's definitely dangerous. Be safe, everyone. If you're doing a lot of snow shoveling, take breaks. Try to take some breaks. It's very bad on the heart. It's a stress test. It's not good, guys. Have a little scotch or some brandy to thin your blood. You don't want to have a heart attack or a problem. Oh, take a fish oil. Take a fish oil, man. I'm also taking this for the heart. Yeah, I took a couple of these. Yeah, I think I can feel the difference already. Yeah. I hope Howard from Otto's retirement isn't trying to shovel the snow after all those heart problems he's been having. I don't know where he's located. Is he? Maybe he's over in California. Yeah, people were saying he's extreme like Democrat. He leans toward the left. He's like a radical. Yeah, he's connected with the Democratic Party. That's what they were saying. Yeah, that's how he earned so much damn money. He said his Social Security is going to be like $4,000 a month. You got it made if your social's that much. That's like hitting the lottery. Huh? No, guys, we do stock trading here. We can make that much too. We can make more. We can make a lot more than that. We don't need the social. You make enough. So it's a good thing I do that too, because I can do it right from home. Yeah, tomorrow I don't have to stress. I don't have to actually get to Wall Street. You guys might be under the impression by my professional appearance, how I'm always dressed up for my videos. You may be under the misinterpretation that I actually go in on the train every day and work on Wall Street doing the trades. No. I can do them right in my pajamas from home. The members on the channel will see. Yeah, there's memberships on my channel. For only like $5.99, you can support the channel and be a lower level member. If you're serious about following what stock trades I do and more stuff like that, can be a higher level member. It's actually probably a bargain. You get to see what I'm doing. Yeah, I may have stepped in it. I have 2 stocks that I held over the weekend, and the last time I checked, the futures were really not looking too good. Let me see what they're doing right this minute in real time. I don't expect them to really turn around until the morning. Yeah, Dow's down 127, Nas down 105. Not the best futures numbers. I don't know what. It says stock futures falls. Traders get ready for a big week of trading. There might be a lot of earnings reports coming out this week. I don't know why they're down right now. There's nothing earth-shattering causing it to be down. Oh, the central bank's going to announce its first policy decision of the year on Wednesday. Whether they're not going to raise, that's off the table, I believe. They're going to keep rates the same or possibly cut them. That's probably why the futures are down. They always get jittery around that time of the year. So we'll see what happens for the club members. I'll try to film some club content tomorrow morning. Yeah, mates, I might set my damn alarm clock and actually try to get up early tomorrow. We'll see what to do. Sometimes I get up to use the bathroom in the night and I check what's going on with the stock futures. Like, I'm talking like maybe like 6 in the morning or something like that. And then based on what they're doing, if it's like going to be a rotten open or whatever, I just am like, I'm not even going to get up for it. There's probably no good trades to be making that particular morning. Not every day am I going to put out a members video. It all depends when I actually do the trades, that's when I usually do it. January and February, they're hot months to make. Usually, they're very hot months. They say as goes January, so does the rest of the year. So we'll see how it goes. I'm doing really well this January. I was joking around. Well, it's not really a joke. I'm serious. If I make enough doing trades in January and February, I can cut way back on the rest of the year. Yeah, when I do my cruise, my Florida trip, do things like that in March. Yeah, have the trades already have it pretty good trading done. Then just kick back, ease it on back, do trades just for fun. And after that, when I'm home or when I'm doing trades, we'll see. I remember being in Boca Raton. There was one year I did a vacation. I was in Boca Raton, and this was a couple years back before I had all this high-tech stuff like with the data on my phone and everything. Hell, I was going to the Boca Raton library, and I was doing trades. And I was having amazing luck. Amazing trades going on. I was making more damn money on vacation than I did when I was home. Yeah. Let me tell you about it. I did so well. You won't believe this. I went to IHOP in Boca Raton, Florida, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, South Florida. I was going to IHOP. My friend has going to work all the time. The guy I went to high school with, yeah, he's at his mom's condo down there where I got to stay. He has to clock in all the time. Hell, I was going to the library doing a few trades. I was making more money than he made the whole damn week. I was making more money every day than he makes in the whole week. And then I went to IHOP. While I was having my breakfast, I took my time. I was there like 3 hours. I did some remarkable trades. I was buying a ton of ExxonMobil and Chevron. Yeah, this was back around the COVID times. Remember when the oil was down the drain? It was like going way down, and Biden was like, electric's the future of cars and all this stuff. Yeah, even my friend Rob in Florida, he was saying, I was telling him, and he was like, at the time, he was like, oh, Exxon's dividend's not sustainable. They don't make enough money to even pay that dividend. I would never buy it. Well, I was buying it while I was having breakfast at IHOP. And you will not believe how much I made. A couple years later, I cashed it out as a long-term profit. Man. Telling you guys, there's always an opportunity. They always say that. They're like, fortunes are made every day on Wall Street. Yep. They're also lost if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. And doing what like everyone else is doing and they think they're doing it right, most likely you're going to lose money. If you buy when the thing is super high, when a stock's super high and everyone's buying, forget it. You're going to end up getting screwed. It's going to drop. That's my rant, folks. I'm doing a rant tonight. I got me notes right here, lads, about some Sarasota stuff. Yeah. We're going to do that. The first video Tim put out today, I guess his morning chat, I was watching that. That's when I took these notes down here. And believe it or not, he actually talked about the hater channels or the truthers. And he said that a lot of them are a tribute to his channel. Depending on how you view it. Get this, he admitted that his latest videos, he's been using artificial intelligence, AI, to make titling and descriptions in his videos to try to bump up his view numbers. Yeah, and he said this is the year 2026 where he wants to get that silver play button. It's a special award that YouTube gives out if your channel reaches 100,000 subscribers. He's jonesing to get it. He said this is the year he's going to make it happen. I just got to wet my whistle. I should have a glass of water here. I was having some Trader Joe's decaf green tea too. Put a little lime juice in the decaf tea. It's a great beverage. Yeah, you guys might not know this or believe this, but we try to stay healthy around here. I don't buy any diet sodas or regular sodas at the store. All my beverages, I drink Brita filtered water and things like that, green tea. Yeah, red wine is healthy too. So, yeah, the 100,000 subscriber plaque, he wants to get that thing. But get this, he's got a real problem. His subscriber number has been going down, not up. He's at around 67,000 subscribers. It's been sitting there the entire year of 2025. As a matter of fact, it went down in 2025. Now, you won't believe this, but Tim actually addressed this problem. He said that he blames it, and he also admitted that his moto content with the dirt bikes and the motorcycles, he admitted that that's not for everyone. He admitted that the views are going down with that kind of content. He said a lot of women don't like it. And he said even a lot of men are not watching it. Yeah, it's strange stuff. I thought he was getting a respectable amount of views with the moto content, but he's the one that really knows what's going on. Also, it's based on the ad revenue. And here's the deal. If you do content that is all dirt bikes and motorcycles, the advertising switches, like your sponsors that pay for the ads on your videos, they switch to related advertising. Yeah, it turns your whole channel around, like what kind of things you're doing. Like if you do like makeup, like Miss Vicky's channel, you probably get a lot of makeup advertisers interested in putting ads on your videos. It all depends what you're doing. So for whatever reason, dollars to donuts, I bet you Tim's ad revenue is way down. That's why he's saying that. He said the dirt bikes and the motorcycles, it's not working out for getting him his views boosted. So he said what he's going to do, he's going back to the old way of filming his daily vlog and just probably doing mundane stuff like he used to do. And he's not going to put effort into making fancy titles or descriptions up with AI. No, apparently it's not working. And he actually talked about his declining subscription count. And he said that he's speculating that YouTube is removing dormant subscribers. Yeah, inactive subs. He thinks they're being removed. And he also mentioned, this is kind of crazy. He did mention it. He said they're also, he thinks they could be removing bots. Now, bots are what they call fake subscribers. Where people are speculating that he had bought subscribers and they added bots into his channel. Yeah, this was back the other year, his subscriber count was going up by like a controlled amount. And they were saying, oh, that's Grandma Warbucks buying him subscribers, or his friends in Vegas that want to get on his good side. They're buying him subscribers. That's why it's going up. Very strange stuff. So anyway, yeah. You know what the problem is? My take on it? I think the deal is he got a lot of those subscribers when he did his Social Security videos. And you had a lot of people, millions watch that. Well, it could be that a lot of those people watched his video and then they never watched anything else again on his channel. So like he's saying dormant subscribers, it could be subscribers that haven't watched his video in a very long time. The algorithm might be automatically like removing those people after a certain number of years. They watched that stuff, maybe it was 5 years ago. There might be a programming in it that after 5 years, they automatically unsubscribe them if they haven't watched any of his vids. Believe it or not, people are messaging me at this hour of the night. I have no idea what it is. So yeah, we're going to talk. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. I got some messages from Leslie. The girls are down in Miami. Yeah, and they're I said enjoy it. Your vacation extended. Believe it or not, some of them are bummed out. Their flight got delayed and stuff. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They know I'm like Mr. Florida. I love going there. I'm like, Miami. I love Miami. It's so exciting there. You go to South Beach, South Point Park, walk around. It's beautiful. You can watch cruise ships go by. Oh man, I love it. The beach is like beautiful. The water's nice. Man, don't even get me started here. I'm up in frozen old New York. I actually have beach footage in this iPhone that I filmed right on Long Island. It must have been when I was at the beach in the summer. I got to put that footage out for you. That's what we need to warm up in this cold weather. I got to do that. I've been seeing the video every time I use this phone. I'm like, I got to post that. So, yeah, Tim, he's got an uphill battle. He's got to do something magical. He's got to find, hey, me lads, he's got to find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's what it's going to take to turn that channel around, me lads. A leprechaun. That's what he needs. A leprechaun, me lads. And you know what? Leprechauns wear green, and maybe his Grinch motorbike will bring him some good luck. That's like a little leprechaun, that green Grinch. Yeah. That's just what he needs. And St. Paddy's Day is coming up right around the corner, me lads. And New York down, he's very excited about that because once St. Paddy's gets here, the weather starts getting great. It becomes spring. Plus, you get to have a few drinks to celebrate it. Ha! So, yeah, I like St. Paddy's Day. That's one of my favorites. And I'm not a bit Irish, me lads. I'm not a single 1%, not even 0.1% Irish, me lads. You may have all been fooled with me Irish brogue. No, me lads. New York Dan, he part French even, but he can't speak the French. He better doing the Irish brogue, me lads. He better with that. He a part French. He part a large part English, British, me lads, from the UK. Maybe that's how I can do the Life of Vibe accent. Timmy boy. And then I'm also part Lithuanian. Yeah, I'm up there by part by Poland, part Polish, Lithuanian, German. Believe it or not, I've been to Estonia. I believe that's the country north of Lithuania. So I've been very close. I've been very close to one of my homelands. Yup. So anyways, just checking how I'm doing here. Okay, I gotta get to those messages Leslie sent me. And oh, my friend Rob checked in. He said he just won almost $1,000 on Carnival Cruise Lines, baby. He's playing the slot machines. The guy's got it made. He's on the damn Carnival. Is it the Dream? I think it's called the Dream. He's sailing by St. Kitts in the Bahamas. No, that's not Bahamas. That's the Caribbean. Yeah, man. I don't know where my Caribbean accent went. What the hell happened to that? I was doing that all the time on the other video. Yeah, man. The Jamaican, man. Ain't no faking Jamaican. Here in the Caribbean. Yeah, I got all kinds of messages going on. So yeah, let's check in on Tim's videos here. And by the way, I am going to talk a little bit about the protests going on in Minnesota. Controversial topic. After we do a little more Tim talk, I'm going to get into the protests. And the comments are always open on my channel. So it's an open forum. People can comment on it, whether they like it or not. I'm not trying to hammer my opinion on people. I'm just giving some facts, some observations, if you will, from when I watched the news tonight. Yeah. And, oh, I also wanted to mention the Adam the Woo. I'm going to do another video on him. Believe it or not, a guy did a response video to me on the internet or on YouTube. Yeah, and it's a little bit on the scary side. It sounds like he really doesn't like me. And I didn't really say anything bad. I'm a little scared about it. I'll talk about that when I do the Adam the Woo video. But yeah, I'm getting a little freaked. It's tough doing YouTube. You won't believe how many people know me. Like, I go on the cruise and people are coming up to me. Yeah, it's very strange. When a lot of people know you, it's cool in a way, but you got to be careful. If I meet up with anybody on the channel, I think I'm going to keep a policy that it's only going to be people that are members of my channel. They could be lower level members at the $5.99, but I think I might have to do that because at least that way they have, like, Google, that they run YouTube, they have the people's ID in their system and their payment, it's official. That way they at least know who the people are. It's too scary. It's getting a little scary out there. Because the thing is, anyone can make a YouTube account up without even putting a credit card, I believe. Only the people that are buying like a membership actually have to put in their credit card and their IDs like confirmed, so to speak. Yeah, we got to be careful here, guys. That guy has me a little freaked from up. He said he lives in New York, too. And he used to live on Long Island. Something about that. I'm a little scared, guys. I'm starting to get freaked. When I went to Bradenton, when I went down to Tim's neck of the woods, there were a few people on the channel, a few of you members, not members, but viewers, subscribers, that offered to like meet me in Bradenton and like show me around that area. And I was on, you know what? I would love to do that. And maybe when I come down to Florida, I'll be doing that again. But it's got to only be channel members. Because this is the thing. When I got to Bradenton, I got really sketched out. The area is kind of shady. Parts of it, not all of it. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure there's really nice parts. I'm sure if you live there all the time and you know what's going on, you have a better like read on it. But I got a bad vibe. And then I got kind of paranoid. I'm like, people could be saying that they want to show me around, but it could be like Tim or a friend of his that's trying to like defend him or up to no good, I was scared. I'm like, I got to watch my own security. Yeah, I really don't know. When you go to a town and there's like pawn shops, where they have like armed guards and there's like a metal door to it that slides up and down. It's on the videos back from like April or March when I did Bradenton. Yeah, I went to a pawn shop there and I looked at an Invicta watch. But it's real scary. There's warnings by the pawn shop saying the sheriff monitors this shop and will come to the shop if anyone does anything, if there's a problem. It's like a bad vibe, guys. They lock everything down. Yeah. There's bad stuff, guys. And that's it's right in the area where Tim lives. Like it got, even the Mickey D's, I went there at night, I was freaked. Some of the stuff going on in the parking lot and around that Mickey D's. I'm going down a rabbit hole here. Okay. So here's the video Sarasota did today. I still haven't watched his oil change every 100 miles. I don't know if I'll do that or not. Maybe. That's ridiculous. I mean, you can change it, but you're basically throwing out brand new oil. Yeah. If he does that, what he should do is take the oil and put it into his into the super crusher, into the engine, use it in the pickup truck. Yeah. You probably don't need to though, because I'm thinking of my Mustang where I'm always burning oil, so every week or so, especially when I'm driving it around a lot in the summer, right? Maybe not now because it's so snowy. I'm not driving much. Sometimes I have to add oil in once a week. I have to add a quart. So I was like, save the oil from that dirt bike that you drain out and pour it into the to makeup oil if your vehicle burns oil. But his truck probably doesn't use any oil. It's brand new. Yeah, that's silliness, taking the oil out that fast. You know, that's just silly. Yeah, and also, you know what my concept is? Like, if you drain it out of the dirt bike, you put it into like a container, maybe a gallon jug of oil, and then you let it sit. Any metal in the oil, if there's any kind of particles, they'll sink down and they'll be on the bottom of that container. You let it sit for a couple weeks. Then you carefully pour the good oil off. It's probably like brand new motor oil. And motor oil costs almost $8 a quart now. Yeah, I wouldn't waste it. But you do you. You do you, folks. I should have brought some water over here. Okay. These are the videos he did. Wild Trails flashlight drawing. Some kind of thing, and the winner is, it didn't really get much views. He did that this morning, and he did a morning chat. He said he's going back to his roots. That's the one I was just talking about. We covered that one. Yeah, apparently his AI titles are not working. Then apparently scuba instructors came to his RV park to give neighbors maybe a sales pitch. That was a smash hit. It got 1,000 views. Not good, guys. And that came out a while ago today. Yeah. That's less views per hour than like New York Dan's video gets practically. I never even watched it. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't want to scuba dive. I don't want to deal with it. It's a pain in the ass. I've tried it on cruise excursions. The air hose breaks. One of them broke on the excursion. I have a problem with your regulator. It's scary. You can get in a bad situation real fast. You're supposed to have somebody dive with you, so it's not really something you're doing that you want to do solo if you're like Sarasota Tim. It's really not a good idea. Just get a snorkel, and you can use a mask, and instead of using the pressurized air and going way underwater, it's not worth it. Okay, in his last video, he did an evening chat. Nobody likes a cracked windshield. I think I was watching some of his evening chat before. I'm going to tell you guys what he touched on. Daily activities and bike adjustments, including the scuba diving video shoot. Oh, changing the handlebars on his dirt bike. He had problems with the hand grips. Yeah. Just keeping an eye on the time. Keep it compact. Jack. food prep and haul, showing his egg cooker. I just used my egg cooker. I made hard-boiled eggs. A significant food haul from BJ's. That's just what New York Dan did last night. It's on the channel. He bought ribeyes. He bought hamburger patties, hot dogs, highlighting the cost effectiveness of his purchase. Yeah, but with BJ, you got to pay a membership fee, so I don't know. Trip planning and camping. He discusses his upcoming trip to West Palm. Don't tell me he's going to impede on poor Teddy and Jolene again. And he's bringing the dirt bike. And he's gonna bring a sleeping bag, he says. Getting a sleeping bag for warmth. He was talking social connections, but he mentioned in a video today that I was actually watching that he doesn't really have any friends. Yeah. What can you do? Not everyone has friends. You never know. Some people, you know what the problem is? Some people have a lot of friends, but there's an old saying, with friends like that, who needs enemies? You just never know. You do you. He talked about scuba diving again. Concludes by getting ready for bed and his plans for the next day, including loading his motorcycle onto the carrier. That should be interesting. Yeah, those handlebars are a pain in the neck to switch. That's not something easy to do. You gotta take all of the accessories off the bar. You gotta take the throttle. It's a twist throttle on the motorcycles. You gotta slide that off. And then you got to put the new grip, if you're changing those, over the throttle tube. The whole thing, it sounds easy, but fooling around with that, it can get a little wonky. Yeah. They say use like dishwashing detergent with some water to make like soapy bubbles. You put that on the handlebar to slide the grip on, and then when the water dries, the grip gets like stuck on there. So it won't like... If you put WD-40, that would work too, but you'll be riding the bike and all of a sudden your grip will fall off. That's no good either. So anyway, guys, hey, you want to hear my take on these protests? The guy in particular, what they were talking on the World News site, this guy that got shot during he was supposedly protesting. He ended up dying. It's a big deal. What was the guy's name? Alexander, I think. Alex, they called him. Okay, here's the deal. Just my observation, guys. I'm trying to do this like kind of from a fair perspective. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. One of them is, I don't understand, or I can't comprehend how these protesters think they can mix it up with police officers. Yeah. Those ICE agents carry guns. I don't know if you agree with me that they are police officers. They have a gun. And they obviously, they're like James Bond. They got a license to kill. That's what James Bond's motto. Yeah, if you're into Bond movies like me, it's called License to Kill. But here's the deal. Any police officer, this can be said of, they have a license to kill. If you do something that threatens them, they have, under the law, they can pull their gun out and shoot you. And that's the end. Yeah, it's no joke, guys. You got to take this seriously. I have no idea how these protesters are so brazen why they're fooling around. Like, there's an old saying there, a concept. They said some people want to, it's called like suicide by police. Or, yeah, they purposely do something. They want to be shot by a cop. It's messed up. They're like insane in the membrane. They do something crazy to be shot. Now, there's a few things I heard on the news today. And by the way, I might make controversial statements here that I don't know. It depends on your individual view. This is just my opinion. I am trying to give you facts that I know about. The comment section is open. I'm not censoring my comments. If you disagree, you're welcome to voice your opinion in the comment section. But here's the thing. There's something I heard on the news that clued me in that this guy may not have been the guy that the news media is making him out to be. Yeah. Now, the news media seems to be very much on the side of the protesters. They're 100% behind the governor, Tim Walz, and, they love that. They love to broadcast from that angle, so to speak. But there's something that was said that clued me in. They said this guy, Alex, who went to the protest, he brought a Sig Sauer. They showed the gun, a 9mm handgun. Apparently he had permits to carry it. Now, keep in mind, I'm on Long Island, New York. Believe you me, guns are very regulated around here. And I wouldn't even want one because I fear that it could get you shot. Yeah, they take it very seriously unless you're like an armed security guard or you have a legitimate reason to carry a gun. The stance is where I live, no one should be carrying one unless you work in law enforcement or like armed security guard. Yeah, that's how it is on Long Island. It's very strict. And New York City's even worse. I believe you can't even have a shotgun or a rifle, like a hunting rifle. I think that's illegal to even have in New York City. But my point being said, that's a whole other ball of wax. What I heard on the news tonight, this guy brought his handgun with him to this protest, whatever he was doing, protesting outdoors. And this is the part that is really suspicious and kind of clues me in on the whole thing. He brought 2, apparently they were loaded magazines. Yeah, bullets, loaded bullet magazines for this gun. And the point of that is, if he wanted to do a lot of shooting, I don't know how many shots it can fire. I think it's quite a few, like maybe 12 or some pretty many shots in a handgun magazine. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as you fire those 12, there's some kind of button and the clip comes out and you can just change it with a new magazine. Boom, 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 boom. Take that out, put a new magazine. Okay, there is no reason why somebody a civilian would be carrying 2 magazines around with a gun, a handgun. That strikes me as bizarre. And the fact is, apparently this guy worked as a nurse. He worked as a nurse. Okay, something doesn't add up here, guys. I could see it if the guy worked in security or he was in law enforcement. If he was like a bodyguard or something like that, I could see it then. But that just doesn't add up, in my opinion. Something's not right there. Why would you bring that? Why would you be carrying that? And I was saying the other night, I don't understand. It's freezing cold weather out. Why are people outside in the street? What are they doing, man? Don't they have a job? If you're a nurse, you work a lot of hours. Why would you be wasting your time being outdoors in cold, frigid weather? I don't know what exactly is going on, but apparently, from what they report on the news, officers were involved in official business, arresting somebody that was an illegal, that possibly is a criminal or something. They were arresting them. And this guy decided to go over and interfere with that arrest. And he's got his gun with him. What is going on, man? And you think, I'm going to give you a real world example. You think that I'm exaggerating or this is not on the mark? I'm going to tell you right now something that happened to me. I was driving the Mustang, and this happened a few years back. It wasn't recent. I was right by where I went to Applebee's the other night, that exact spot. I was going into the exact gas station where I got the gas last night for my snowblower. I was coming down Jericho Turnpike, and I don't know what the speed limit is. It's like 45 or 40. Long story short, it's a busy road. It has like double lanes. This was late at night. I was going down the turnpike from the opposite direction to make a right turn right into that gas station to get gas for my car. I pulled in, went up to the gas pump. It's all lit up. It has like an overhead, right, with lights. When I pulled into the gas station, I noticed there was a policeman was behind me, and he put his lights on. Yeah, he must have been right. I don't know where he came from. As soon as I was turning into the gas station, I saw he was behind me with the lights on. I didn't know exactly what was going on. I pulled up to the gas pump. He pulled right behind me. And I was going to get gas for my car anyway. And what I did, it was lit up like daytime. They have very bright lighting under where those gas pumps are. I started opening my door, right? I opened my car door, and the cop was walking over to my car. Suffolk police, guys. Okay, that officer told me, he said that by opening my car door, okay, when he had pulled me over, so to speak, even though we were at the gas station, it was fully lit up, whatever, he warned me. He said that could have gotten me killed. He said I could have been shot dead just from doing that. He said they're trained that if somebody's doing something that jeopardizes the officer, they have the right to shoot them right away. No questions asked. Because the problem is, like he didn't know what, I could have had a gun or something. If you're opening your door up, a gun could have come out and shot the guy right there. He said it's very dangerous. I didn't realize this. He warned me. He's like, when you get pulled over, you got to roll your window down, but do not ever open the car door. And I'm sharing that with you guys, my subscribers, right now, because I don't want you to be in that situation. Thank God nothing happened, right? I could have been dead. I didn't realize that. I figured I was being lazy. I figured I was getting gas. I didn't know what was going on. I opened the door, and I knew the guy was walking around. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll just talk to him, whatever's going on. I didn't know that. Now I know. You don't ever open your car door if you get pulled over. Okay? These protester people, they're going whatever they're doing, they better wise up. You don't mess with law enforcement. They have guns. Yeah, you could, I don't care, these officers are making them out like there's something different than regular police. Believe you me, you come to Suffolk County, Long Island, and you pull that crap, you're going to get shot by the Suffolk officers. They'll shoot you right away. They're not going to cater to people running up to the officers trying to interfere with an arrest. You try that in Suffolk County. Yeah, you'll see what happens. Yeah, you don't go near them. It's not good, guys. This is serious stuff. These officers, the problem is there's crazy people out there. And they're like, here's the problem. The officers' lives are on the line. Plenty of police officers end up getting shot. It's the deadliest job. And the problem is they don't know who's going to do it. When they go up to like give a ticket, they could get shot like that. And that's why they got to take precautions. So if you're protesting, you better do it peacefully. You don't go up to officers and do crazy stuff, guys. You don't do that. If they tell you to get out of your car because they want to arrest you, or they want to, if you're doing something crazy, you better follow every command they tell you. Otherwise, you're going to end up really in a bad situation. You don't do that. You get it. If they tell you get out of your car, you do it. You can figure out the details later, but you better cooperate and do everything they say, or there's going to be big, what do you have, a death wish? Why would you do that? I don't know about you, but I'm staying indoors in cold weather. I'm not partaking in walking around the streets like a damn bum or somebody that's like looking for trouble. No, I'm doing what I have to do my shopping, getting back in my car. I'm not hanging out in cold weather, guys. It's common sense. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the heck the deal is. It's very strange. And I can tell you right now, if they think that just because these officers are different police than the regular police, and they can monkey around and do crazy stuff, man, they got another thing coming. You can't do that, guys. You got to wise up. You got to wise up. You can't do stuff like that. Where I live on Long Island, I personally know a guy from the East End, out by wine country. He was a Suffolk police officer, right? He opened up a bookstore on the East End. I don't think it's there anymore. But the poor guy, you know what happened to him? He got shot in the face, either the face or the neck, and he ended up in a wheelchair because he was a Suffolk police and he pulled over someone. He walked up to the window. I think it happened on the Long Island Expressway. And all of a sudden, the guy in the car, he shot the guy. Boom. That quickly, officers disabled the rest of his life in a bad way. So that was like once he was retired, like with disability from the force, I guess his hobby was the bookstore. He opened that up a bit to run. But the poor guy, he's like, he's got a real disability in a wheelchair now. And when you have, it's like life or death situations here you're talking about. You don't play games. You do not do that. I don't know what kind of protesters these guys are that are doing this kind of stuff. I mean, a protest is you hold a sign and you stand on the the sidewalk or the street corner with your sign, it doesn't mean that you become a vigilante. That's like something, you know that guy Charles Bronson? That's like something Charles Bronson would do. Oh, I'm going to have a gun and I'm going to be like the law. I'm going to make the law. No, that's Hollywood, guys. You don't get any stupid ideas from watching Hollywood stuff. We're talking about real life here. Yeah, it's messed up. It's totally messed up. I think the problem is they see it on TV and they get carried away. They see the protest stuff. They see the stuff going on and it like entices them to like act up like they're part of a movie. Yeah. It ain't no movie, folks. Not unless you're working with Alec Baldwin, who's actually from Long Island, believe it or not. Yeah. Jeez Louise. Anyway, that's my take on it. Okay? That's my take on it. I'm just trying to be helpful to people out there that, I'm telling them like it is. The truth that it is. I don't care who you are, what your race or nationality is or whatever. I told you what happened to me. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You see, these guys are trained. They have to be very precautious. If anything's going on where they think somebody's coming at them, this can happen like that. Yeah, so you better not, don't make it look like that, because it ain't no movie, folks. It ain't no Hollywood. This isn't a phony production. That's real life. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, that's my rant for this evening. Naturally, I ran overtime here doing this. Here, I got inspired. Once I started talking, forget it. Anyway, guys, hey, hit the thumbs up. This is your friend, New York Dan. And this will be my morning chat, early morning chat, on a magnificent Monday. And later on, you're going to see me attempt to snow blow all that snow. I heard it could be 15 inches that we got. Maybe even 20 inches in spots. You're going to see me. We'll see. It ain't going to be like the last time when I put that short video up. We only had like this much snow, but I just ran the snowblower through it. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge. Let's hope it works. All right, guys, I'll see you guys later on Monday. Your friend, New York Dan, over and out.